Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In a world where emotions can feel like turbulent waves, how do we find our anchor? Join us as we explore 5 Stoic lessons that hold the key to mastering your emotions and navigating life's storms with unwavering resolve. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you liked the video so that you can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any video. Lesson number 1. Understand what's in your control. Understand what's in your control. Have you ever found yourself caught in a storm? Not the kind with rain and thunder, but the storms of life, unexpected events, disappointments, or sudden changes. The Stoics, philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome, have a lesson that feels like an anchor in these storms: the dichotomy of control. Picture this. You're planning an outdoor event, and despite all your preparations, it rains. Now, you can't control the weather, no matter how much you'd like to. But your reaction to the rain, that's entirely up to you. You could lament, get frustrated, or you could adapt, maybe move the event indoors or see the rain as a refreshing change. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and rose to become one of the most influential thinkers of his time, put it succinctly: "Some things are in our control and others are not." It sounds simple, right? But in this simplicity lies a profound wisdom that has the power to transform our lives. Every day, we're faced with a myriad of situations. Some we can influence, like our daily routines, the books we read, or the company we keep. But many are beyond our grasp: global events, the actions of others, the passage of time, and yes, the weather. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Stoics believed that our well-being doesn't depend on external events, but on how we interpret and respond to them. It's not the event itself, but our judgment about the event that causes our emotions. Have you ever faced a setback? Think back to a moment. Maybe you didn't get that job you wanted. At the moment, it felt like a disaster, but with time, perhaps you realized it was a blessing in disguise, leading you to a better opportunity or personal growth. But how do we put this into practice? Start by asking yourself, is this something I have control over? If the answer is yes, take action. If the answer is no, then it's an opportunity to practice acceptance and adaptability. By truly understanding and internalizing this principle, we can free ourselves from unnecessary anguish. We can navigate life with a sense of calm, knowing that while we can't control the winds, we can adjust our sails. In a world that often feels chaotic, the dichotomy of control is a beacon of clarity. It reminds us to focus our energy where it matters most and to embrace the serenity in knowing that some things are simply beyond our grasp. Lesson number 2. Reflect before reacting in the chaotic realm of the present, where speed is prized above all else. There is a whisper of wisdom: reflect before reacting. This simple yet profound advice offers a lifeline in a world that demands instant responses. It invites us to pause, to step back, and to examine our thoughts and feelings before we act. Imagine a scenario. A colleague questions your work, or a friend makes an offhand comment that strikes a nerve. In the heat of the moment, your gut reaction might be defensiveness or anger. But what if, instead of reacting impulsively, you took a moment to reflect? This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing how to respond. By reflecting before reacting, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You allow yourself to see the situation from different perspectives. You give yourself time to craft a response that is thoughtful, measured, and aligned with your values. In relationships, this practice can be transformative. It can help to bridge misunderstandings, build trust, and create deeper connections. In professional settings, it can lead to more effective decision-making and stronger leadership. In a world that often feels like a blur, reflection is a beacon of clarity. It is a reminder that we are not slaves to our emotions. We have the power to choose how we respond to the world around us. Lesson number 3. Practice dispassion. In the midst of the emotional roller coaster of life, there is a hidden path to serenity: dispassion. Dispassion is not about suppressing our emotions or becoming indifferent to the world around us. It is about cultivating a balanced perspective, a calm amidst the storm. Imagine being able to observe events, situations, and even your own emotions without being overwhelmed by them. You would be like a spectator in a theater, watching the play unfold with detachment. Dispassion is a powerful tool for navigating the challenges of life. It allows us to remain calm and collected in the face of adversity. It helps us to see things more clearly and to make better decisions. In interpersonal relationships, dispassion can help us to communicate more effectively and to resolve conflicts peacefully. In professional settings, dispassion can lead to more objective decision-making and less emotional reactivity. Dispassion is not easy to cultivate. It takes practice and self-awareness, but the rewards are worth it. By cultivating dispassion, we can find inner peace and serenity in a chaotic world. Lesson number 4. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? In the fleeting moments of life, it's easy to get caught up in the minutiae. We fret over small setbacks and worry about insignificant details. But what if we took a step back and asked ourselves a simple question: will this matter in 5 years? This question can be a powerful tool for shifting our perspective and prioritizing our concerns. It can help us to see the bigger picture and to focus on what truly matters. When we ask ourselves this question, we start to realize that most of the things we worry about today will be forgotten footnotes in the grand narrative of our lives. A missed deadline, a critical comment, or a forgotten anniversary will not have a significant impact on our lives 5 years from now. This realization can be both liberating and empowering. It frees us from the burden of perfectionism and the fear of failure. It allows us to let go of the small stuff and to focus on the things that are truly important. So the next time you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, ask yourself this question: will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, then let it go. Free your mind and focus on what truly matters. In the realm of the present, where time is fleeting and emotions are volatile, there is a whisper of wisdom: reflect before reacting. For in the stillness of reflection, we find clarity. In the detachment of dispassion, we find serenity. And in the perspective of time, we find the courage to let go of what doesn't matter. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, then let it go. For the present moment is a gift, and we must cherish it wisely. Beware the siren song of the ephemeral. It will lead you astray and leave you lost in the labyrinth of the past. But if you heed the whisper of wisdom, you will find your way to the still center where peace and clarity reside. So reflect before reacting. Practice dispassion. Ask yourself the hard questions, and let go of what doesn't matter. For in the end, only what truly matters will remain. Number 5. Keep a Stoic journal. The act of journaling has been celebrated across cultures and epochs, not just as a record of events, but as a tool for introspection, growth, and clarity. The Stoics, with their emphasis on self-awareness and personal betterment, were no strangers to this practice. A Stoic journal isn't merely a diary of daily happenings. It is space for reflection, for a dialogue with oneself, for dissecting emotions, decisions, and reactions. It's where the external world meets the internal, where events are weighed against personal values and beliefs. Imagine ending your day by recounting not just what happened, but how you responded. Why did a particular comment upset you? What triggered that burst of joy during a mundane task? By dissecting your day, you begin to understand the patterns of your psyche. You start to see the triggers that sway your mood, the values that guide your decisions, and the habits that shape your days. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, kept a journal, which is now known as Meditations. It wasn't meant for publication. It was a personal dialogue, a space for him to guide himself, to remind himself of Stoic principles, and to navigate the challenges of his life with wisdom. Through his writings, we see a man grappling with his responsibilities, his emotions, and his place in the cosmos. But you don't have to be an emperor to benefit from a Stoic journal. In our modern lives, filled with distractions and a constant barrage of information, setting aside time for introspection becomes even more crucial. A daily check-in, a grounding ritual, brings clarity amidst chaos. Over time, this practice can lead to profound insights. One, you might notice that certain situations repeatedly cause stress, prompting you to either address them or change your perspective. You might find that specific practices like gratitude or mindfulness elevate your mood and outlook. The patterns that emerge can serve as a roadmap for personal growth. Beyond insights, a Stoic journal fosters accountability. By committing to daily reflection, you hold yourself accountable for your reactions and decisions. It becomes harder to ignore repeated mistakes or to brush off lapses in judgment. Instead, you're prompted to learn, adapt, and grow. In essence, keeping a Stoic journal is like having a wise, non-judgmental friend by your side, always ready to listen, to reflect, and to guide. It's a commitment to personal growth, to understanding yourself better, and to living a life aligned with your values and principles. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and sharing it with your friends. Let's spread the wisdom together.